Hello everyone, welcome to my Manga Boy reading log. So I read a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, really? Only 12? 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13? I guess 13. Right, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, nope, 12. Weird, I thought I read way more than that. I guess I didn't. Oh well. Anyways, so this one was my favorite book I read. Hell's Paradise. If you guys aren't reading Hell's Paradise, I definitely recommend picking it up. This pretty much starts to finalize the end of Lord Tenma's vassals, or whatever they're called, the siblings. I really like to see the brothers fight, especially with the meaner one. I can't remember their names very well, but because it's just so far apart between the volumes for me. But the one with the scars and everything like that, I like his Tao ability really good, and I like how the younger brother, isn't just like falling behind. He's also, like really smart, and he's starting to grow into himself, which is always great. The fighting in this volume was sick. They had to fight the Taos that kind of fused together. So that was awesome. In between each chapter, it shows the training arc as well. And then this arc with the blind swordsman and the kid. Oh my god, I loved it. It was so good. I really was glad to see that kind of resolve. I just wish that this other disciple was there for him. And I wish there was more of Jika. He's been like kind of MIA. Jika and Shigen, I suppose. I think that's his name. Shugen. The number one swordsman. I think he's the number one swordsman. He's like higher ranked. Anyways, it was really cool to see these guys show up at the end. That was neat. Tenzo was the other people's name. Yeah, Chobe, that's right. So yeah, this was an awesome arc. Gabimaru is going to be a huge part of the next one for sure. No question about it. But the Tensen are slowly dying, which is cool. Their fights are always awesome no matter what. I can never wait to read more of these, but they're just so far apart. This one, I think, came out in June or July, and I pre-ordered it, but I didn't get it till like this month. That was a whole thing. 7 Deadly Sins. We finished up the 10 Commandment arc, and that was cool and all. I thought that it was an interesting story arc, how everybody started to get powered up and how Meliodas died. I remember reading that. And then we get into this one where they start to fight, and Meliodas gets his revenge. That's neat too and all, but I really think Hawk's power is pointless. How he can transform. I don't get it. What is the point? Why does he have that ability? It doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything with it. He just looks different sometimes on the back of the covers. So that's like kind of annoying to me that it's like a missed opportunity for him to do something, but he just doesn't do anything. So that was boring, in my opinion, but whatever. That's the way it is sometimes. I liked how Hauser also becomes the king. That was really neat. Did not see that coming. Hendrickson is starting to become more of a character. I really didn't like how Mama Hawk, or whatever her name is, was able to just kill a red demon just by breathing on it. And I was like, excuse me. Red demons like decimated the fairy forest, and like Bon had a hard time killing one. And all of a sudden, the thing that these for transport can just kill it by breathing on it without even hardly trying. The Holy Knights can't even hardly beat it. It's like, what the hell is that about? But whatever. I really liked the flashback that they did with the 3,000 year Holy War arc. I was really impressed by that. That was really neat to see how the angels are actually brainwashing people, and they're not actually that good. They're worse than the demons almost. But the demons are pretty bad, the Demon Lord especially. We also found about Gauther's history and Gauther's past. Something I didn't really know a whole lot about, so now I'm glad that I got to experience it. It was pretty funny to see Diane and Droll's body because, well, she's Diane, and then Droll's like that. The curse for Elizabeth also was interesting when we found that out. I mean, it sucks to be Elizabeth, but very cool concept. I was all on board about it. I also think it's really cool how Lo looks exactly like Bond, but he's actually Oslo. It's like, wait a minute, what? Why does he look exactly like Bond then? Why is he Oslo if he looks exactly like Bond? I was so confused. I was like, great, thanks for that. Anyways, this I think is the one. I have a book where a panel is like missing. No, it's not this one. Anyways, this one has the really cool Meliodas versus Escanor fight. I loved this fight. This was like peak shonen. This is exactly what I'm here for. I mean, look at that fist. That's sick. And Escanor's like, blah. And I was like, god damn. And then Escanor like goes ham on him. With this goddamn cruel sun and shit. When it hits noon and he's like a beast. And I was like, you've got to be shitting me. Let's find it. Because that was just so sick. Yeah, it goes noon, and then he uses his hand as a sword, and it's just like, oh my god, what a monster. I was all involved into it. I was in it to win it, man. I was loving it. The power-ups King and Diane get are also really good. Gauta gets a power-up. So now Bond and Merlin need a power-up, right? I think that's all that's left. I mean, Meliodas gets a power-up all the time. That's fine, whatever. He's Meliodas, you know? He's gonna get power-ups all the time. So this volume right here is kind of annoying to me. Because one of the panels is, like, missing in my volume, as you see here. I read this page online because I was like, At first I was like, is that an effect like to hide what they're talking about? And then I was like, no, I can see words over here in here. So I was like, in the gutter. I did like Merlin's past, that was really neat, and how they can collect these little commandments. So it's interesting that Meliodas is switching sides. I did not expect that. And Bond's jumping into the past or the demon world, and I'm like, shit, dude, Bond's gonna like be fucked up. This better be Bond's power-up moment. Otherwise I'm gonna cry for Bond. So yeah, that was interesting. I can't wait to get into more of this and see how it ends. I started to read the next one a little bit. I'm halfway through it. So like the Holy War is underway now from where I'm at. I don't know if I'm in the last season technically from the anime that it translates into or what, but I definitely feel like the end game's coming. I think it's going to end with like the Demon Lord coming to Earth or Britannia. Meliodas has to beat him, but we'll see. I also read this. It's called The Hero is Overpowered but Overly Cautious. It's very similar to Konosuba. If you like Konosuba, essentially the main character is nothing like Kazuma, but this is Aqua to a T. She's useless. I say she's useless, but she's not really that useless, but she's an idiot. She's a total idiot. And the main character, Seiya, is hilarious. He's so serious. He's so by the books. He like has to be able to one-shot everything. Like he has to be drastically overleveled in order to feel confident to continue adventuring. So they have to defeat the Demon King is the main thing of it. So, she summons him and like she loves him. Like she is like totally in love with him, but she thinks that he has the worst attitude. She hates him also. But she thinks he's hella hot. Not too bad. The downside is every time Seiya gets to train with a god, Seiya like makes the god go crazy because he trains so hard and he kicks their ass, and it's like hilarious. And this one, not my favorite arc. Our Dragonkin kind of go back home. They have to fight the Dragon God, and stop from being turned into a sword. I don't want to get too spoilery into it, but like that's just a real quick summary of what happens. And I tried to say in a way that doesn't make any sense if you haven't read it yet. It just is a weaker story arc for me. I think the next arc or the next book will either finish it or get really close to the end from when the anime left off. So I can't wait for volume 5, in other words, because I know how it's going to go. The twist at the end is really good. If you guys haven't seen this anime, I would definitely watch it. The manga is good. but all of the anime is out, so watch the anime. If you're watching this like really late, then read the manga, then or the light novel, since it'll probably all be out. But these come out like super slow. I think this comes out once or twice a year. But it's so funny. The concept is great. It's gold. And Solo Leveling, kind of the opposite. The hero is definitely overpowered, but he actually starts off, super weak. And he's not overly cautious, really. He's a little cautious, but, nothing crazy. These come out, also kind of slow. I was looking at it in the front, and I think it comes out with 3 chapters each volume. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 3 chapters, which is kind of super slow. At least the volumes come out, at a decent pace. And the full coloredness is awesome, too. I think Volume 3 comes out September or October, so it's already probably on its way out as I'm speaking. So that is nice, but, man... we haven't even seen him use his, main shadow abilities yet. But anyways, this is a good volume. We get to see some, breadcrumbs leading into the future arcs and things like that. So, well, that's always great. You also get to see this, little lead off to Cerberus, which is cool. Trust me, it doesn't really matter too much about anything in the end of it. A lot of the problem with Soul Leveling I have is that a lot of things don't matter until the end, and it's really all about the adventure. I feel like Soul Leveling does a lot better when I have a lot to read at one time, because I feel like I'm getting somewhere a lot faster. But when I read it just the 3 chapters at a time, I feel like I'm moving at a snail pace. I'm like, the lizards, cool. Alright, yeah, so beware the lizards. Sure, the lizards, though, aren't lizards. They're these people who go hunting and then kill the temps so that way they can get more loot out of the gate. And I'm like, okay, so obviously these guys are going to be no chance for this guy, since he took on a rank E boss all by himself, and now he's way stronger. So he's definitely going to take on the rank C boss super easily, and he does. It's cool to see him go killing, though, because he's never killed before. So this is still a pretty good volume. The first one's way better, though, in my opinion. It really has a lot more oomph to it. More volumes will come, and it'll get better, because I've read it, obviously, so I know it gets better. But I do actually miss being able to have so many chapters at once. I didn't read this when it was coming out one by one. I read it when 70 or 80 chapters were out, so I went straight down the line. And I stopped reading it because, well, I ran out of chapters, and I always forget to read things online, but also because I want there to be a ton of chapters to read if I decide to continue reading it online. But, I'll definitely keep buying Soul Leveling, but I think it might be better just to read it on your phone, actually. Just the ability to scroll through everything makes it feel like it moves at a much quicker pace, in my opinion. I read these way slower because I have to turn the page, and maybe that's why I'm reading it slower, and I don't think it flows as well, but it's just something like that. It doesn't flow right to me. But yeah, that's just my opinions on it. Definitely still pick it up if you guys refuse to read it online for whatever reason you have. I get it, obviously. Look at my bookshelf. I totally understand why you wouldn't want to read things online and read it physical. But I do think that this is a rare instance where webtoons are actually better online. And you can just scroll through these mofos like crazy. Anyways, that's my reading list this week. What was yours? Did you read anything cool? I tell you one thing, I got a lot of cool things to read coming up this week, so I can't wait to get into that. I'll probably either finish Seven Deadly Sins next week, or I'll get super close to it and only have a few volumes left. So far, this arc is probably one of my favorite arcs for Seven Deadly Sins. It's going to a place I never would have thought, with Meliodas becoming the Demon Lord. That's his goal right now. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. So obviously when he gets his emotions back, I think he's going to change his mind, but I don't really know. Also, the goddesses being evil, I didn't really expect that either. I had a sense of it, that they're probably not what they seem, but they're just straight up evil. They're not even hiding it. And so I was like, wow, that's really cool. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of the week. We'll see you on some haul videos and some other weird experimental videos I have coming up, just like I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Until then, bye. Bye.